Good morning, friends. Happy Sunday, April 12th. It's Easter, so for those of you who celebrate Easter, happy Easter. So we celebrate Easter, and I've been thinking a lot about it today. So the Easter Bunny came last night. My son was very, very excited. He didn't want to go to sleep. He kept waking up, and then he was telling us that his stomach hurt, and he was just really kind of giving us a difficult time. And ultimately, he was just super excited about the Easter Bunny coming. And I was thinking a lot about the Easter Bunny. And I think that it's very interesting that we have this tradition about this large bunny coming to people's houses and leaving treats and eggs. Because, so many things. But bunnies don't lay eggs. Why don't we have a great big chicken that visits every house on Easter and brings treats and eggs? I don't know. So I had to look it up because I was like, this is just, how do I not know what this is all about? How do I not? I'm kind of old and I still have no idea where the Easter Bunny tradition comes from. So I was raised Christian. I know there's nothing in the Bible about a giant bunny that lays eggs and brings treats. Nothing. So I went on history.com because it's a pretty reliable website. And so it says that according to some sources, so clearly this is like kind of like a folklore that's been passed down. The idea of the Easter Bunny first came to the United States in the 1700s, right? Think back to social studies, right? So you can kind of figure out like what was happening in the 1700s in America. And the idea of the Easter Bunny came with German immigrants. So it's a German tradition that was brought to America by immigrants. And it said that they settled in Pennsylvania and they brought this tradition of an egg-laying hare, which is another word for a rabbit, called Osterhaus or Austerhaus. And the children would make, their children, the German immigrant children, would make nests in which this creature, this giant bunny, could lay its colored eggs. And then eventually the custom spread across the United States, and then like the fabled rabbit's Easter morning deliveries expanded to include chocolate and candy and little toys and all of that. It said that additionally, children often left out carrots for the bunny in case he got hungry from all his hopping. I'm not giving up any more carrots like the reindeer. Got a lot of carrots at Christmas. How do we know the bunny's a he? There's just so many questions. So that's the origin of the Easter Bunny, in case you've ever wondered. The other thing that was really bugging me, and this bugs me a lot, so I've been getting a lot of emails about sales for clothes, especially like around Easter time, because everybody like dresses up nicely for Easter, typically. And all the time, girls, you can probably relate to this. All of these things we're supposed to wear at Easter are like these dresses. Like, all right, so let me see how I can do this because I'm, this isn't my best thing here. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Can we see here? This is an ad for Old Navy. And, right, so like keep calm and Easter on, right? But look at what they're wearing. Like they're sleeveless little dresses. They don't seem like they're made of any kind of like thick material. It's cold outside. Who is going to wear these dresses today? I'm not wearing these dresses today. Like even the men's attire, right? So boys are generally warmer than girls in my experience. This is just anecdotally. And why do girls have like less fabric in their clothing? I'm cold. I'm wearing a sweater. It's cold outside. There's no way, even if we were not in a pandemic and not social distancing, and I was going to my mom's house for Easter, would I have a dress like that on right now? No, it's too cold. Who thinks of these things? Please, when you grow up and get jobs out in the world, like make reasonable decisions. If you're a designer or if you own a clothing company, please think about who you're selling your items to. Come on, please help me out, friends. Grow up and make smart choices in your jobs that are like for real people. So that's my rant for today. So how about a would you rather question? Because why not? So let's see. Yesterday it was would you rather play dodgeball or hide and seek? And everybody knows I picked hide and seek. Okay, oh, here's a great question. Would you rather be incredibly funny or incredibly smart? That's interesting because I often find that people who are incredibly funny must also be pretty smart. You have to be aware, you have to be knowledgeable to be smart. Like, comedy doesn't come from not being smart, generally. Sometimes actors who are funny will appear to be stupid, but the writers who created the lines, and even the comics who do their own stand-up, they write their jokes ahead of time. So they have to be pretty smart. So I almost feel like they can't even be separated. But if you had to choose to be incredibly funny or incredibly smart, I feel like maybe I would prefer to be incredibly smart, only because I think that being smart, like the more you know, the easier your life can be, the more you can problem solve, the better choices you can make. So I'm gonna go with incredibly smart. But deep down, I feel like in order to be incredibly funny, you really need to be incredibly smart because there's sort of an art to humor. So what would you rather be? Incredibly funny or incredibly smart? I want to know. Nobody leaves comments except for like my few teacher friends who follow on Instagram. So I want you to answer that question for me, and I want you to comment in Instagram, or I want you to comment on the post in Google Classroom where everybody can see it, because like we don't get to talk to each other in class or wherever. So let's do it there. Please. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. The sun is shining. It's supposed to be beautiful all day, which will be nice. Hopefully it's not too cold and it's not too windy, because you know how I all feel about that. So keep doing what you're doing. I miss you all. Happy Easter to those of you who are celebrating. Happy Passover to those of you who are celebrating. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace.